Okay, so to start this off, I'm gonna give y'all a story. See, in the early 2000s, malware laws just simply did not exist. I'm talking about early 2000, I mean the year 2000. Malware laws just simply did not exist. They were not in the legislation. Therefore, well, let's get into the story. Because there's this virus called the I Love You virus, which caused millions of dollars in damages. Nowadays, it would probably be trillions of dollars in damages because it spread throughout Windows personnel. Now, the perpetrators that made this virus were from the Philippines, just some random dudes in the Philippines. And when they were caught, again, malware laws didn't exist. They couldn't convict them of anything. So they just walked free. They caused millions of dollars in damages in businesses across America, and they just walked for it. Now, after that, now you have malware laws. And the virus is honestly genius. It would act like it's like your mother and be like, I love you. And if you click on it, it automatically spread to like sound folders, audio files, picture files, all that. So you can kiss your email goodbye. You can kiss any. And this is the early 2000s. Like, how big were files and how much were actually put on computers? Well, you can see the problem with that. But I came across this article, right? 18-year-old GTA 6 hacker sentenced to life in hospital prison. So pretty much sentenced to a psychiatric ward. And I read a little bit into this on my phone. And, well, let's just get into the article. Then I don't know if this article says the whole story or if it's just the outline. So, the 18-year-old hacker responsible for stealing and releasing dozens of clips of GTA 6 last year has been sentenced to life in hospital prison. He can only be released in the future if the doctor decides he's no longer a danger to others, the BBC reports. See, right, this is the reason why mental asylums were completely erased in America. Like, imagine a situation where you yourself, like, at least in a prison, if you serve your sentence, you get out, according to the judge. But in a mental asylum, you don't get to just get a lawyer or walk out simply by you just saying, okay, I'm fine. A doctor needs to effectively sign off on you. And if there's an individual who says, let's say, is kind of on the wacky side, and if the doctor signs off on him and he, say, becomes a danger to society again, I mean, that would adversely affect the doctor. So the question is it in your interest to sign these people off? And the question is no. So people would probably be locked up in mental asylums for like almost their entire life. They effectively disappeared and they were drugged for the rest of their life. Which is why we completely got rid of this idea altogether, because it was inhumane. It was a system that was absolutely abused. I know a lot of older parents went into this because apparently their kids wanted their money and their assets before they died. It's very, very harrowing shit, and it's the reason why we got rid of it. Arion Kurtaj was arrested by London police in Oxford September 2022, shortly after a hacking spree ended with tons of in-developed footage from Rockstar Games began unleashed on the internet. He pled not guilty to the time at the time, and later stood trial for cyber crimes associated with hacking often outfit Lapis. Outfit Lapis? I'm sorry, it's like 5 a.m. I can barely see this. Outfit Lapis $sign. That included breaching Uber and Nvidia, in addition to breaking the previously unreleased blockbuster GTA 6. So my dude's just on a fucking spree here. Like, not only he hacked Uber, he hacked Nvidia, Lapis, I guess that's a company, and then now he's hitting Rockstar, which is a very interesting. Like, and again, this kid's only 18 years old, and according to everybody, he's just mentally ill. And it kind of makes you think. So a guy, and I'll get into how he hacked Rockstar, and from what resources he had at his disposal to do so later. But it's just, imagine 18-year-old this fucking smart. Like, imagine, because my generation was very tech savvy, or at least a little bit. Like, the internet was still new, and most of the time my generation was, like, I remember on like the goofy looking netbooks at school, we would find ways to play Halo fucking Combat Evolve or any game in whatever directory file, but then they shut down that directory file and we'll just find another one. So it was just constant tug of war of information and of technology that we eventually won. But yeet. Health professional deems Kurt, I'm just gonna call him Kurt, unfit to stand trial due to his acute autism. A jury later determined that he was responsible for the hacks. However, even if they were not allowed to determine criminal intent, the count found that Kurt managed to hack into Rockstar systems from his hotel room using only an Amazon Firestick. And he's unfit. Don't get me wrong, I believe he deserves to go to prison, but I feel like, hold on, because now I got this rogue thought in my head. What if this is all a front? And they're probably just going to end up hiring this guy. Like, there's been cases of prominent hackers being just hired by either companies or by the government themselves. It's not uncommon, and I think the whole life in a hospital prison, or effectively a mental institute, I think that's all a front. And they'll probably pay them, I don't know. But that'd be something very interesting. Again, this is all speculation. I don't fucking know what's going to happen. Why throw someone who's this good at technology in jail? I just don't understand why you'd throw again, I could never do this. He hacked Rockstar with nothing but a Amazon Fire Stick. I could never get those things to even goddamn work half the time. My dude hacking a multi-billion-dollar company with this. But that does beg the question, I'll continue with the article, who the hell are they hiring at these companies? Because you hear it every fucking year that a multi-billion-dollar company gets hacked or data breached or this, that, and the other. It's like, who the fuck are you hiring as your IT? Like, I think if 18-year-olds are hacking your shit and being successful, maybe it's time to look back at who the fuck you're hiring. Maybe you're just hiring incompetent people. You ever thought of that? Like, this technology, again, it isn't new now. It's 2023. And you're a multi-billion-dollar company. It's not like you can't hire protection. He brazenly posted in the company's Slack at the time that he was a hacker and later threatened to release GTA 6 source code unless Rockstar negotiated with him over Telegram. Well, if they did that, they effectively lose the game. It's no longer in their possession no more. Anyone can make a GTA knockoff at that point. During sentencing, the BBC reported that a mental health assessment determined that Kurt continued to express the intent to return to cyber crimes as soon as possible, calling him highly motivated. So man's literally hacker man. Like imagine an anime. This guy's the anime villain arc right here. Man's like, I'll do it again. I'll fucking do it again. Like hands shaking and everything. Court testimony also claims he was violent while held in custody for the trial. As a result, he will now be held in a secure hospital for the rest of his life. Don't give him that TV remote. I wouldn't be surprised if he'd be hacking goddamn the Pentagon using the IV system that's in the fucking hospital. Or yeah, I wouldn't even fucking be surprised. Man's be playing Tetris on the damn TV. The GTA 6 hack was part of a wave of recent cyber... Okay, so there are other cyber attacks. This is what the fuck I am talking about. A wave of recent cyber attacks on big game studios and publishers that include, amongst others, CD Projekt Red, Capcom, and most recently, Insomniac Games. And I also heard that Twitter also got data breached, but I haven't really checked to confirm that. Or X, I'm sorry. Or other hacks have exposed personal employees' information. The GTA 6 security breach was limited to gameplay clips, though they revealed aspects of the highly anticipated game while it was still a work in progress. So it's pretty much just shitty textures and animation holders, texture holders. Kurt's lawyers recently argued that the success of GTA 6's official release trailer, now the most watched on YouTube ever, showed his attacks was not as harmful as the game sales prospects, as some included Rockstar games might have originally suggested. Yeah, I still think it's not going to affect anything. Okay, that's it. No. Ooh, comments. Ooh, comments. See, I don't care for Kotaku, but at least they have comments. Let's see what's in the comments, buddy boys. With a what? What? Why can't I? Okay, there we go. Give it a little bit. The following replies are approved. That is in no way a fitting punishment for the crime of hacking. Companies that should already have had better systems in place. Does he not have any family in house arrest? In house arrest, not an option. Again, my man's crazy. Lock this man in a house so he can what? Hack the banks next. I genuinely believe they're going to hire this guy. They're going to be like, okay, how you do it? You're going to tell us how you did it, or you're going to be locked away in a mental asylum forever. And you probably comply. I don't know. I would if I was this smart. I mean, it takes a lot of understanding, a lot of smarts to hack. Well, it depends on the hack. I mean, there are literal malwares that you can just programs that you could, download on a computer and you can just pull it up on your phone and your phone sees what the computer sees. I mean, that's not difficult. I mean, it's not anything you can't do. But to get the source code of a game and get recent clips from using the damn Firestick, like, man, what the hell? Let's hope that he'll be treated and released. Yeah, again, the thing about being the doctor in this situation is if he hacks again, when I release him, it's gonna look bad on me. So, is it in your interest? Probably not. And apparently he has autism, but thing is that he's an act. Maybe thing is that he's an active danger. He's expressed full intent to go right back at it given the opportunity. Is highly capable and now violent. I mean, according to what the police said, he's probably. I mean, again, he has autism. I mean, if we're going to treat him like any other human being, sure, but I mean, he has autism. Apparently, he's in a hospital jail, not prison. There's probably room to appeal and reevaluate this should his mental state improve. I'm not sure how the UK works this stuff out, but I'd wager it's probably a bit better than here in the US. Again, if it works the same way that it worked in America and say under the Soviet Union, I think he himself has no stick in letting go. It'd have to be the doctor. And this is just me assuming. That is if that's what happened. Again, I think they're just gonna end up hiring this motherfucker. Like in the government. Like he's gonna be 007 Hacker Man. I'm in the UK. This still has the unpleasant whiff of money about it. The unpleasant whiff of money about what? What does that have to do with money? I guess all the projected loss of value that they think Rockstars are gonna lose. But then again, I mean, GTA 6 is still, I believe, despite all my concessions, is still going to be one of the best games to come out. And it's going to be, well, I don't know if it's going to be the best game, but I know it's going to be pretty successful. He's a hacker. He isn't a danger. Well, you say that until your bank account gets hacked and your money just disappears. Money that you've worked for your entire life. Money that you use to pay your bills, put food on your table, put food on your family's table. Or your social security where they take out a lot of credit and now you're in debt. I read stories about this all the time, and it scares me to death. Like, apparently a child's social security been stolen. Man's 6 years old and in debt. In credit card debt. Now, that just scares the hell out of you. And it can happen to literally anyone. That's why people need to be more tech savvy nowadays and not just live under a rock, because nowadays you need an online presence to go anywhere. Like for your job, you need one to check your accounts, for your banks, apply for jobs. Hell, you even need one to get informed and entertainment. I mean, it's not it's not like when I grew up when all you had was a TV and channels. I mean, there's just so much things that are online. And again, it's not like when we grew up that you had all these sites with information and nowadays information is relegated to 2, 3, 4 mega sites that has advertisers on them, and they care for the advertisers over the actual users. They'll gladly sell your fucking data to anybody. Maybe get him a job in pen testing. Pen testing. I mean, if that's a tech job, yeah, I mean, get fucked Sam Hain. Man, what you got against Sam Hain, man? But yeah, this was what I'd do. I mean, I'd be like, alright, you're 18 years old, you're an adult. I don't know if you have a job, probably not. But, you work for us now, or, you go to a mental institute for the rest of your life. As long as you ain't hacking our shit, we just need to know what the fuck you did. I mean, I mean, again, I'm not the nation of UK, but that's just something that makes sense to me. Like, I'd use all this as a front and just hire the guy. Yay, draconian punishment in 21st century. Yay, justice. I mean, his actions really do not reflect someone who is just mentally ill. I mean, he has autism, okay. But you can have autism and still function perfectly in society. I mean, you can also have autism and barely be able to leave your house. And in this guy's case, okay, he's a really good hacker. He's really good at technology, and he just happens to have autism. Again, I think this is a front. What's your name? I can barely see. It's fucking 5 in the morning. He can appeal there's parole if he behaves himself. Again, man, it's just thinking it's just any other American court system. He's not going to prison. He's going to a mental institute. He has nothing he can say or do can get him out of this. That is if that's what happens. I mean, okay, he behaves himself. I mean, again, the doctor needs to sign off. And he was on bail when he hacked Rockstar. And he's like, oh, we'll do it again. Right now, doesn't think he did anything wrong and wants to get right back to hacking and causing harm to people. Wait. He can appeal and there's parole if he behaves himself, but right now doesn't think he did anything wrong and wants to get right back to hacking and causing harm to people. What do you think we should do? Again, fucking hire his ass. It's a weird way to structure the question, but hire his ass. That's what I'd do. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about this. This was fucking wacky. And it just made me remember the whole I love you virus thing. I'm like, yeah. And the random dudes in the Philippines just walked free. Like, I'm pretty sure the Philippine government was like, yeah, y'all stuck it to them goofy Americans. You work for us now. Congratulations. Just be good little boys. But that's all I gotta say about this. See ya.